Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Jay back again for another video on Real Sports Talking. Today, I want to talk about the Clippers losing to the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Suns going to the NBA Finals. You know, Chris Paul came in and turned that team around. You know, Monty Williams came in and turned that team around. Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton emerged from, you know, good young players to all-star players to star players in this league. You know, people are going to say that it was an easy championship or it was an easy run to the finals. That's cool. Maybe it was, but guess what? They still played who they had to play. They got in front of who they had to get in front of, and they won those games. They could have lost. They could have been a guy sitting here making excuses, but they didn't make excuses. They played. Devin Booker played with his nose dang near broke. You know, Chris Paul played coming out having an injury in the first round and getting COVID. He played. He did his thing, and they stepped up, and they deserve to be here. Now the Clippers, that's a tough one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to get my little jokes in on y'all. Definitely fumbled the bag, you know, but Kawhi got hurt. Ibaka was hurt this whole year, even though I didn't feel like Ibaka was going to be that big of a addition to y'all team. But Batum played better than I thought he would. Shout out to him. Pat Bell played really good. Batum played really good. Marcus Morris played really good. Paul George, you know, for majority of the series played really good. You know, he had his shakes on the free throw line, and tonight he wasn't as aggressive as he should have been. But you know, they played good. This Clippers team probably played the best they played in a long time. They had a chance to go to the NBA championship, you know, and they beat some really good teams to get there. You know, even without Kawhi, they finished off Utah. Even without Kawhi, they took this Phoenix team to 6 games. You know what I'm saying? A Phoenix team that, you know, why they were banged up, but they weren't healthy. They had their whole team, I believe. So, shout out to the Clippers, bro. Like, but they had to hold their L. You know, the Clippers gonna do what the Clippers gonna do. They're not the real A team. They never been the real A team. And the sad part about this is if Kawhi Leonard leaves, which is possible, I don't know if he does, but it's possible, then you basically gave up a lot of draft capital and did all this hype and did all this talking to lose in back-to-back playoffs and have nothing to show for it. Not a conference championship, not an NBA championship, not a dang thing to show for it. But a participation award. That's a tough one. But back to Phoenix, man. Chris Paul is a guy who goes through teams and just makes them better. You know, this is a guy who was with the Hornets. He made them a good team. I believe they got to the playoffs with him. He went to the Clippers, as we all know, and even though they never got to the conference finals, they became a relevant team. They were a good team, and you know, some people could say they were a contending team at times with Chris Paul as the leader. He goes to Houston, a team that was good, but when he went down there, they went from good to, you know, almost in the finals, a game away from being in the finals. And if he's healthy, they possibly take down one of the hardest teams ever in this league to beat in the Golden State Warriors back in 2018, if he's healthy. He did that. He then goes to OKC, a team where he was supposed to go down there, they was going to suck, and he was going to put up okay numbers, but they was going to be a lottery team. That man took that team and turned the Thunder from a sorry team, a trash team, what they were expected to be, and took them all the way to the 5th seed in the playoffs, in the Western Conference. Had them being a competitive team in the Western Conference with a bunch of young players. He did his thing. And now he goes to Phoenix with Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. And, you know, you can see when DeAndre Ayton said, you know, in his press conference, how excited he was. We got Chris Paul, because he knew. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody knew that Chris Paul is a guy that's going to make your team better. And this was a Phoenix team that if people don't, you know, forget, they was on like an 8-game winning streak in the regular season and almost got into the playoffs. Monty Williams did his job. He came in, made this team a lot better. And, you know, a lot of people knew that they was going to be a better team. Now, I didn't think they was going to be a 2 seed, but they were. And shout out to them for it. Devin Booker showed up. He's drawing the Kobe comparisons for a reason. Now, is he the next Kobe? Who knows? Time will tell. But he's hooping. He's been hooping. He's grown from a good player, a young, talented player, to a star in this league. He's one of those guys. I believe he's a top. He has to be in your top 10, your top 12. Maybe not your top 10, but your top 12, your top 15. He got to be in there now. And in a couple of years, he's going to be bona fide top 5. If we just being real. He's that much of a hooper. DeAndre Ayton has proven to be one of the best big men in the league. When you think of the best big man in the league, you got to have him in the conversation. Now, is he in the tier with AD, with Nikola Jokic, with Joel Embiid? Maybe not. But he's right under them, in my opinion. He's in the same tier as a Bam Adebayo. He's right under. Him and Bam Adebayo are right under those guys as some of the 4 and 5 best bigs in this league. In that room, maybe with a Karl Anthony Towns. So shout out to him. He really, he stepped up. He outplayed, I wouldn't say he outplayed, but he played well against Anthony Davis in the Western Conference in the first round versus the Lakers. And then he went in the second round and played really well. Then he went in the third round, this round right here, and played his tail off versus the Clippers. He did his thing. And he deserves respect. This whole team deserves respect. Nobody thought this team was going to get this far. Don't lie to yourself. If you want to sit here and cap and say, oh, we thought Phoenix was going to get there all along, that's not true. Only people that probably thought there was Phoenix fans, and I'm pretty sure Phoenix fans didn't think they were going to get this far. But they got there. And they deserve every single thing, praise they're getting. You can talk about the injuries, you can do all that, but they got there. And it wasn't easy, regardless of who got hurt. So shout out to them. The Clippers had a great offseason. Had a great season. Shout out to them. But it could be very bad for them if Kawhi leaves. They definitely need to. I'll probably just bring this team back if I was them, because they had a really good postseason. If you have Kawhi, I think you got a chance. You know what I mean? They could be a little bit better at the center position. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think they had a really good season, man. Reggie Jackson stepped up. Marcus Morris stepped up. Kawhi was hooping before he got hurt. PG was hooping with Kawhi before Kawhi got hurt. So they did their job. But if Kawhi leaves, boy, it's tough for them. But it was another year, another L for the Clippers, man. They just can't seem to get, all the way, man. They're the basement kids of LA, and it's going to just stay that way for right now. But shout out to Phoenix. They deserved it. Shout out to CP3. He deserved it all the years, all the time that he spent trying to get to this championship. All these years of making teams better. The injuries he had to get over with. And now he finally has a chance to win the championship. And I'm going to be honest with you. Even though I'm a Lakers fan, even though, they took us out, I want CP to win a ring. And I think a lot of people in the NBA should want CP to get a ring, because it's long overdue for a player as great as him, a player that we call the point guard in the NBA. That's all I got to say about it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Is there anything I left out? Y'all let me know. Peace.